We're now joined on the call by the head coach at North Carolina A&T, Shawn Gibbs. Good morning, Coach Gibbs.
Good morning, Rob. How are you?
I'm good. I hope you are as well. Certainly a tough game Saturday on homecoming, a game that I thought you guys played right with or outplayed South Carolina State for much of the afternoon, but came up a little short, 22-16. Just give me your impressions on the game.
Yeah, it's like you said, Rob. I think we played pretty good, definitely good enough to win. But again, we found a way not to win, turning the ball over late in the game that led to some points. But other than that, I did see some improvement, but it's still the same things that keep rearing its ugly head. We gave up one explosive. I thought we did a good job with eliminating explosive plays, and the play was a good call. It was a good call by South Carolina State, and then those two turnovers. That's three plays. You take those three plays out of the game, and we're sitting here, celebrating a homecoming victory. But that's football.
Let's start with your defense, which pitched the shutout there in the first half, and as you said, allowed just the one explosive play, 294 yards in the game. What did you like about the way they played?
Yeah, I thought defensively we were flying around. We had a good game plan. I think Coach Jones and the defensive staff did a good job of getting our guys in position to make plays. We gave up that one explosive, which led to points. And then other than that, we kind of, we held our own. But, even with the turnovers in our territory, we got to find a way to keep them from scoring or at least, force a field goal. We can't allow them to score a touchdown there. The first turnover. That was pretty hard with them getting the ball inside the 10. But the second one, we had enough room to get them stopped and try to force a field goal. And, we didn't get it done. But I was proud of the way the defensive guys showed up. They met the challenge, and hopefully we can just continue to improve on that.
Joshua Isaiah, who was our player of the week earlier this season, 9 tackles and a really impressive interception there in the first half. And Trey Mittman also with 9 tackles. Just talk about some of the guys defensively that you felt like played well.
Well, I'm glad you said those two because those two really stood out to me. And those guys have really been practicing uh, very well past couple weeks. So, that was my expectation going into the game is I felt like Josh is one of the better players in the conference, and he went out there and he had a good game, really good pick. That was a big time pick, and he was flying around playing with a lot of energy, a lot of effort, playing physical, straining to make plays. So I was happy with him as well as Trey Mittman. Those guys are practicing how we want them to practice. Those guys are leaders on our team, and they're going to continue to get better. So excited about the future with both of those guys.
Offensively, Kevin had the 2 turnovers. He but 194 yards, hit the touchdown pass to Thomas Brown with 3:05 left. It certainly got you back in the game. He felt some pressure, sacked 4 times. Just talk about his performance and then what happened and what you felt like happened on the 2 turnovers.
Well, I think Kevin played solid again, other than those two turnovers, and that's just a ball security issue. We got to make sure we have two hands on the ball and we're aware of, have pocket presence, aware of the people around us so we don't put the ball on the ground. But other than that, I thought he made pretty good decisions. Like every game, he has a couple throws that, he wishes he had back. But when we needed some points, he was able to connect with Thomas Brown, and they were able to get us back in the game. So, once again, the guys going to keep fighting. But also we gotta make sure that we're protecting Kevin and not making him a sitting duck, and move the pocket and give him different launch points so that the defense can't kind of key into what we're doing and really heat him up like they were able to. We didn't do a really good job of protecting him, and he was under pressure throughout the game. But I think he stood in there like a man and made some plays, and he made some plays with his feet. So I'm excited about Kevin. I think Kevin is a really good quarterback, and the best is yet to come with him.
I want to switch over to special teams where it was a big afternoon for Andrew Brown. 3 field goals for you, 33-43, and then a program record 55-yarder, set the all-time A&T field goal record with 43. Just talk about maybe what a weapon he is, not only with the distance he can connect on kicks from, but just his accuracy.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew's one of the better kickers in the country. Um, he's a guy that's been consistent throughout his career, so I'm extremely proud of him with all the records that he's been able to get this year. But not only is he a good football player, he's one of the leaders on our team. He holds guys accountable. He holds himself accountable. He's always ready and always steps up in big moments. So, guys like Andrew are pleasure to coach. I wish I had him for a couple more years. But he's had a really good career, and to see him set the school record, is just outstanding. He deserves it.
55 yard. Is there I'm assuming that you've seen that in practice. Is there a number out there that you feel like you trust him from over 55 yards?
Yeah, I mean, I trust him from 60. I think he can hit one from 60. Definitely, 55 is, that's definitely in his wheelhouse. But I've seen him kick 60-yard field goals in practice. So, if it comes to that in the game, I have no hesitation about letting him go out there and attempting it.
Bye week ahead for your team. What's going to be some of the focuses, and we'll talk about it more next week. But what's sort of the focus for you and your staff going into the week?
Well, the first couple of days, we have to focus on North Carolina A&T and getting the things that we're struggling with fixed. So it's going to be a big, big week of fundamentals, technique, making sure we're still practicing with the effort that's required and the intensity and focus that's required to win football games. So the first couple of days, we're going to be focused on North Carolina A&T, and then later in the week, Thursday and Friday, we'll get started on Campbell.
Are there? I'm sure at this point in the season, you guys are banged up like everybody else. Are there some guys that can really use that week off that you think you might be able to get back here as we head into the second half of the season?
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully we'll get Champ and Braxton back here pretty soon. But definitely Tim Alderman, he was really banged up going into the game against South Carolina State, and we didn't anticipate him playing, but he ended up getting out there, and then he got hurt later in the game. So he'll be all right. He'll be ready to go by Campbell. But it's going to get a lot of guys an opportunity to heal up a little bit. This time of the season, everybody's banged up. There's nobody playing at 100%. So it's just about making sure we're rehabbing and prehabbing and doing all the things necessary to get out there so we can be at the best that we possibly can be on next Saturday when we play Campbell.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much.